What's going on, everybody? He is I, and I am him. It's your main man, Chi, and this is So In The Meantime. Back with another episode, and this time, this is what I would like to call Brother from the Same Edition. That might be the name. We're going to have to talk about that.
Maybe.
We're going to talk about that.
Maybe.
But I have my blood brother. We did a pod in the past, but now we are actually doing video since I've transitioned to the video content now.
Word. Congratulations.
Thank you. So now everybody can see the blood brothers.
The E is high and I am him.
Right. What's going on, man?
Bro, I'm good, man.
Introduce yourself.
All right, everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am he and he am I, right? My name is Fred. I don't have a cool name like how...
He's your favorite campus uncle.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yes. Well, not guess. I am your favorite campus uncle. I do have my own podcast, which is called For the Love Of. Shouts out to my sister in pain, struggle, and victory, Sister Tamara. We're going to link up soon. Yeah, I've been doing this. I've been trying to go into the world of my brother here and potting for the past... 2 years, 3 years now? 2 years? Yeah, but you know, Charles has taken it to a different level. Like I just in a span of shooting today, I've learned so much stuff.
You've experienced the process.
Yes.
And the progress.
And when this airs, I had Sierra's my wife, y'all. Baby, it's not my fault. I just want to put that out there. It's not my fault. There is a whole production that goes into this. I thought, but what I did think did not happen. Instead, I saw the complete process and I was subjected to it.
I was trying to make sure that we were set before you got here.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I was set. I was set. Absolutely. Can I just say, like, I love the venue. I love the space too. Like, I don't know if they're shooting this thing here, but that table is dope. That table, this table's dope. This whole thing is dope. Like, can I just give you your roses real quick? You know, your flowers. Can I just give them to you? Like, you know, to see where you have started and now where you are presently is just amazing. You know, going from just the interest of, like, I remember back in the day on Northland, like, you wanted to own like your own label and, you know, artists and stuff like that. And we're still in the same vein, but now it's like your own media production company and stuff like that. And to see all of that starting to come into fruition, that is, man, let's just say, world, my brother has come a long way. A long way. And I'm so proud of this man. And I'm just humbled and I'm honored to have the privilege and coming and kicking it with you on this pod, man. You know?
Appreciate it.
Word.
Appreciate it. So, where should we start?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. How is this pod gonna go? Like, can I curse?
You can let the bitch fly.
Okay. I just had to ask, world. I just had to preface, and I had to just make sure because I have a potty mouth, and I could be a little too much at times, and especially with the topics that we need to talk about today. Yes, shall we?
If it gets a little out of hand.
No, it won't. Well, it will.
I can always,
Okay.
We can edit some things out, but
okay. All right. Cool.
9 out of 10.
All right.
I ain't editing nothing.
All right, cool. So. Sounds like a plan to me. So, So can we give backstory as to why I wanted to come on this show initially?
I was going to say, because you haven't pod in a very long time.
Yeah, I had to take a sabbatical. I had to, for mental health. For my mental health, I had to take like a little break from potting personally, because I was in a space in my life at the time where, a lot of the pleasures that I like to indulge in, such as like hobbies, potting, art, working out, stuff like that. A lot of those things I was getting away from, because I was falling into a deep abyss of depression, So, and a lot of that had to deal with COVID and, just us presently still going through this period of COVID. And, so my mind wasn't in the place to really want to do anything.
Right.
So I had to take some time away, and literally, like, when I tell you, like, I did not look at YouTube. I didn't look at any real movies like that. Like, I was just there, just trying to like an iPhone, you want to reboot a phone, right? I wanted to reboot my mind, myself, and I needed to get to a place where I wanted to be me again, instead of what society wanted me to be. So as soon as I was able to do that, the interest started to come back. There was a lot of things that I saw out in the media, that I saw out in society, in the world, and I had a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions, passionate opinions about things. Very passionate things that I, wanted to talk about and say, but then I realized that I didn't have a platform to say these things. Like, I didn't have, I didn't really have a space or a place or someone to really talk to about it outside my wife, outside of my sister, the Liberated Project chick, but a lot of those things were really on command, like I wanted it. Sometimes when I got something to say, I need to say it right then and there.
Yeah.
But I never really had the courage to go on camera, and talk and say these things. So, so you kind of like pause, but you're kind of breaking my cherry right now. Just a little bit. So I'm kind of, yeah. So, but now here we are. And we've been trying to do this pod thing as brothers for the longest time, And there was a point I was mad as hell at him. Because I'm like, dude, like, you neglected me.
It's not that. I'm gonna tell you, because I spoke to Moises, I spoke to Chuck, I spoke to everyone that knows about the structure of the pods that I do. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people that see our dynamic knows that it will be special. And I feel like that will be the one. And I want to take my time with getting it up and running.
Sure.
So that's why I said, for example, when I was like, brother from the same, that might be the name.
Oh, and Tyrone Magnus, as he would say, don't hate the game, hate the player.
Bars.
Right? Okay, all right. That was corny. I'm sorry. That was corny.
We watched Tyrone Magnus. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Truly an inspiration.
Yes, that's a line that he does. So
truly an inspiration.
Yeah, I just feel like that is going to be the one that can really jumpstart everything.
Sure.
So I want to take the time with that. I want to make sure that we have everything lined up the way we both want it to be. Mm-hmm. So when we're doing when we're doing side pods like this one and the one we did before.
Side pod. See, I don't know what that is. What is a side pod? I just know like there's a microphone I'm talking to it. That's it.
Pods like this. Okay. So like when we did the one when we were talking about Justice League. Right, when we did that one, or even the one before when it was on the other pod that I had when we were talking about the whole Last Dance and all that.
Oh my God!
Right, so it's those episodes.
Oh God,
that make me be like, okay, this is visually what I want to see, but let's take it up.
Gotcha.
And I know, with us being as animated as we are, I feel though as if they would have to see rather than just hear.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Here we are now.
Here we are. Here we are. And can I say, yo, you put your phone on silent, right? Mom ain't gonna be calling, is she? Mom, we working. Do not call at this time. Mom, mother, don't FaceTime us, okay? It's still during the day.
But if she does, it'll. I'm not taking it off like I did last time.
Mom, if you call, I'm gonna get yelled at by my wife, and my wife's gonna be like, "Okay, now she's calling two grown ass men." Right? Okay. Anyway, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, dude.
So, one of the things that you wanted to talk about, was Mr. Spotify himself.
Mr. Spotify, Mr. Joe Racism, Joe Rogan, right? Mr. Joe Rogan. Yeah, I wanted to. So, again, let me just reiterate the point that when these things happen, I have a lot of things that I want to say. You know, there's a lot of different ideas. There's a lot of different opinions, strong opinions that I have at those specific times. And sometimes it's very tough for me to hold them back for platforms like this. I'm saying. But yeah, I wanted to talk specifically about Mr. Joe Rogan and these claims that he is not a racist. And what's crazy about it, right? So you don't really know.
I don't know as much about this situation.
Okay, so here's the situation, right? Joe Rogan, for those of you who don't know, Joe Rogan is a famous podcaster. What's the multiple, like he has a YouTube channel, you know, all this stuff, right? And he has like, you can check out his podcast on any sort of platform.
No.
Right? No, not anymore?
Because when he signed his Spotify deal, it's exclusively on Spotify.
Okay.
So he pulled all the stuff from YouTube.
Okay.
So
India Irie, the artist, you know, our famous sister, right? India Irie had an issue with Joe Rogan, right? That dealt with a very sensitive racist issue. Right. And she exploited him by providing the world clips of Joe Rogan in the past using racial slurs and choosing to disgrace the black community by saying certain things that are very hateful in nature. These are things that I don't want to repeat because it will get me upset. Next thing you know, this beautiful set will be just crushed. But so with these things coming out, right? And it's a video of him saying these things about black people and calling us the N-word and all kinds of stuff like that. And he's saying it in such a playful context, but yet you're still saying it. And the issue that I'm taking of is the fact that our own people are looking at Joe Rogan and they're like, yo, he's not a racist. He's not a racist. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we all have those friends who are white, right? And they might have grown up in a specific place. They might have grown up in the hood just like us, right? And they eat the same stuff. They go to the same corner stores. We played in the same courts, went to the same boys and girls clubs, went all this stuff, right? I could name a couple white boys that grew up around our hood. You know what I'm saying? But you have never heard them say the N-word.
Right.
Never. Now, what makes him the exception? Why all of a sudden? I don't know if Joe Rogan ever grew up in a hood or something like that. But even if he did, why is he given the authority or the exception to use the word in such a way? Right? And then us black folks are defending him like, oh, he's not a racist. I know him. Michael Jai White, who is like, a famous black martial artist, actor, right? Michael Jai White played in the Tyler Perry movies, and he did Tyson. He was Spawn, whatever, right? He played in Batman, the Dark Knight. He played in that movie, right? This brother comes out and says that he doesn't think that Joe Rogan is racist. Like, he said something racist, but he's not a racist himself. And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think? Take your time. Take your time, because if you one of them brothers that said that you think that Joe Rogan's not racist or something like that, then I have to look at you funny.
Nah. Whenever I hear of a white person saying anything in a racist tone, I deem you as racist.
Like, there's professors where I work at,
where I go to school at,
where you go to school at, that have, and I think this happened recently,
last spring
or somewhat last year.
Yeah, because
there was a teacher, right? A white woman who said the word.
Yeah.
Or she says a racial slur, right?
Yeah, she was bringing up Black Lives Matter.
And she was bringing up Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, and said like, oh, it really doesn't matter and all kind of stuff, whatever. And really hinting towards a form of white superiority, right? But then comes out and claims I'm not a racist. That is a major contradiction. Like, that's like if I body shame somebody and I say, oh, you fat, and I take pride in saying that you fat, but then someone calls me out on it and says, yo, like, you be body shaming people, and I'm like, yo, I'm not a body shamer.
Right.
I'm just calling it as it is. Right? No, there's a side of me that truly body shames people, and, whatever. And I could be rude, and I could be cruel, and I can say whatever I want, and, there's nothing you could do about it.
Right.
And my thing about Joe Rogan is that what gives Joe Rogan the permission to say these things, but yet Spotify continues to keep his contract? This man is getting paid over $200 million for his podcast on Spotify. $200 million. Fat Joe came out and said, yo, I'm not pulling my music off of Spotify. Why? Because I need that bag. I get it.
Right.
I get it. But also in the same breath, you're supporting a machine that promotes a person that has a racist bone in his body. Come on, some things ain't about money. What happened to your self-respect? What happened to your integrity? What happened to character or morals? I guess we don't believe in those anymore, right? Money supersedes everything, right? As long as you get the bag, we could just, toss that under the carpet and think we're good, right?
The one thing that I knew about that situation was I was on Twitter and I seen Jamel Hill, because she has an exclusive deal with her podcast is exclusively under Spotify. And she said that she was addressing it. She was going to address it on her next episode in her state, like what she's going to end up doing with it. I don't exactly know because I didn't listen to it. But if I know of her history, I'm pretty sure she's probably going to pull out of that.
Will she?
She has a history. I mean, look what she did with ESPN. And
isn't she supposed to be going to CNN? Her and Kerry Champion.
Yeah. Yep.
That's gonna be dope. But anyway, see, here's because I don't want to waste too much time on this, but this is why it's important for people like you, who is in this world, to be in the room. Because if you're in the room and you're like, say, like on the board and you're calling the shots and you're putting down the bread and you're a financial supporter, and provider of a network. And then that happens, you got to vote. You got to say so to be like, nah, we got to pull that.
Right.
And I think the problem is that, not think, but I know that one of the main issues or major issues is the fact that, yeah, we might have folks that look like us that are in the room, but the money supersedes the morale. Right? And I want to get to a place where the morale supersedes the money.
Right.
Where now it's like, yo, I don't need that kind of money. I don't need that kind of money at all. So I think like it's important for you, like when building all this up, that you get in those spaces and in these rooms. Yes, I'm promoting and I'm praising my brother. Yes, but it's important for you to be in these spaces and in these rooms because we don't need that kind of talent. And the thing is that I followed Joe Rogan on YouTube. I used to watch his clips all the time. Like he was the person that was promoting the ivermectin or what's that horse pill that supposedly supposed to cure COVID?
Oh yeah, the one that
the ivermectin or whatever. It's a horse pill that you take, and you know, it's first of all, this pill is supposed to like cure horses with worms. Right? But he took that and he was prescribed this by his doctor saying, oh yeah, you know, and I found that to be interesting. Now, did I ever take? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? No, not at all. But I say all that to say this. I once was a follower of Joe Rogan too. But since that happened, I kind of cut that off. That's over.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely followed him. You know, I knew of him. I knew of the impact that he had on podcasting and everything that he's touched. But he wasn't just never really someone that I really gravitated towards. You know, I mean,
so who do you gravitate towards? Who is your inspirations? Who are your inspirations?
My number one, as far as the podcast.
Yes, we're talking about in the world of podcasting.
It's someone that is not on the best of terms with a lot of people, which is Joe.
Yes,
Joe Budden.
Joey Budden. And
even I've been very outspoken with how I feel about how he handled the situation with.
He has a talent though, man.
He does.
He has a talent. He found his community.
And whenever he starts talking about the content, being a content creator, pretty much owning your own stuff, I pay attention to that in great detail.
Right.
You know, because I've watched him even before he got into pod. I've been a Joe Budden fan. So when he got into that element, started talking that talk, I really paid attention to it.
Gotcha.
I'm also a fan of, like, as far as wrestling podcast goes, Don Tony. Now Ryan Clark, he's coming up. He's coming up. Become one of my favorites as far as the media goes. And I know that it's probably, I mean, you're probably gonna not laugh, but even LeBron.
Because the barbershop talk?
No, it's just LeBron in the media, like his media company that he's running. You know, like his joint that he's
I'm not gonna laugh at you about that. Now, if we were talking about something different.
Right. Okay. But even before he died, Kobe.
Yeah.
Because Kobe was about to get into the media field.
But you know what? His estate with his wife, they still have that.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard something like, because they recorded like his last 2 seasons. Like they did a lot of behind the scene footage, a lot of stuff. And they were supposed to come out with like a documentary, not a Last Dance type of documentary, but a documentary on his last 2 years.
Yeah.
So it'd be dope to see that. I know I'm probably gonna bawl my eyes out.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my brother is extremely sensitive.
I won't say I'm sensitive.
He's a crier.
I'm an empath. I feel people's emotions.
Oh, speaking of emotions and empaths and all that stuff, how was your Valentine's Day? You know, Valentine's Day did pass. It did pass. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish that Tamara was here right now. Tamara, ooh, girl. But anyway, how was your Valentine's Day?
Just another day.
I find myself interviewing my brother here.
Just another day.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody out there?
No.
Why? Nothing?
Shut the hell up.
Nothing? What? Ooh.
I'm looking at my boy in the back.
Yeah.
Giving me this look.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen. So I found it interesting. This was another thing that
Valentine's Day is our mom's birthday.
Yes, it is our. Yes, we're not. Mom,
Not only is it
we
our,
love you. Shout out to you, Mom.
Wow.
Shouts to you, but this ain't about you right now. This is about the shit that I saw on the gram. Listen. So on Valentine's Day, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I mentioned this to you like pre-production. So I mentioned this to you, right? On the gram, there was a story. And this story had to deal with a married couple. Now, there was a husband trying to surprise his wife, right? Because we know that on Valentine's, there was supposed to be, actually, this didn't happen on Valentine's Day. This happened the day of Versus.
The next day.
The very next day. And Versus had...
Side chick day.
I didn't say that.
I said it.
I didn't say that. But yeah, so he would know about that. But anyway, so he would know about that. But I don't at all. Okay. So yeah. So this man tries to set up a section of his home. He doesn't try. He does. He sets up a section in his home, right? Mm-hmm. Very nice area. He had like the candles lit, flowers all over the place, dim lights, all kind of stuff. He had a projector and stuff, you know, and he wanted to set the mood for the Versus concert, which was between Musiq Soulchild and Anthony Hamilton, right? Mm-hmm. Now, backstory. The wife had told her husband prior to, hey, I would really love to go and see this Versus in person. And I think where was it held? In Cali?
Yep. LA.
It was in LA, right? So her expectation was that the husband was going to take her from their home to LA. I don't know where their home is.
Right.
But take them to the concert as a Valentine's Day gift for her. So when she walks into the crib on that day of Versus, her expectation is what? What does she expect?
She's going to go to the Versus.
She expects that, oh, there is a jet or plane or something, and we're going to the, baby, you ain't got to worry about nothing. We're going over here, right? Everything is set, right? Doesn't happen. Instead, we all know the husband sets up the section of the room and, you know, whatever, right? Now, I think my wife would have loved and appreciated something like that. You know, the effort going into setting up a place and creating an ambiance and, you know, right?
Right.
If you were, if you had, or if you do, all right? That person would appreciate that, right?
Would they?
Okay. So, so with that being said, the wife goes ballistic and starts cursing him out, right? cursing him out, throwing all kinds of stuff around and all this, and you know, she's proven to be ungrateful.
Okay.
And it made me think about a conversation that we had about 2 years ago on my pod about Valentine's Day and why Valentine's Day has now, in many cases for couples, superseded expectations of Christmas. Right? Because Christmas, we already know the pressures of, you know, Christmas, especially if you have a family, you got kids and, you know, you got loved ones and stuff. They have expectations. They want this. Daddy, I want this. Daddy, can you get me this? You know, all this stuff, right? But now here comes Valentine's Day. Even my wife and I, there was a point in time in our marriage and even in our relationship where all we did for Christmas was focus on the kids. But Valentine's Day was our day.
Right.
That was our Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. I think that expectation has become too unrealistic now. Because now, especially from what you see on the gram, people go all out.
But would you say they're doing it for the gram, or are they doing it because they genuinely?
I think it's for the show. I don't think it's for the person anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it also depends on who's doing the setting up. So, like, if it's the woman setting up the ambiance, mm-hmm. you know, creating the environment and the space and, you know, doing all the setup,
right?
You know, her intention might be different compared to the guy. The guy could be, you know, doing it for the gram or, you know, or vice versa, you know. But I just think that I'll never forget Tamara said this to me. On For the Love Of, she said Valentine's Day should be every day.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
Not to the extent of how people go all out on that day, but typically the cliche line is every day should feel like Valentine's Day when you're in a relationship.
And you know what's crazy also about Valentine's Day, man, is now, here's another thing that pissed me off. Like I even talked to my wife about this. We in the bed laying down, kids in between. Mind you, we don't have our bed anymore. Like, it's a community bed. Our kids stay in our bed, right? You know, like we're probably not gonna get our bed back until like Carter's like 7 and Princeton is like 5, and you know, we're just not gonna get our bed back until then, and we're fine with that. Like, we just.
But then you still got Chloe.
So, the point I'm making is that there was a conversation from a pod. Who's the girls from Joe Budden's network?
They used to be on the network.
They're not on it no more.
Nope.
Okay, well, those girls.
Bridget and
who's the other girl? The other, not Bridget. The other one. The other one. She be talking about sex all the time.
Yeah.
Like, she be out there.
Yeah.
Well, she has her own thing with another girl.
Horrible Decisions.
Yes, and they were talking about Valentine's expectations, and they threw away the whole shenanigans of the setup, right? And they were just talking about expectations of sex. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if this community is okay with me talking about this, but I will talk about it because so they started, I did not know anything about a video about Little Fizz or Nelly that just came out.
Oh God!
I didn't know anything about that. So I guess that video ruined people's fantasies about these folks.
You're going there,
right?
You're going there.
So then they started talking. So then it was a trending conversation around Valentine's Day about the physical equipment that must be there in order for a woman or a man or whomever, right? Mm-hmm. To have a great happy ending, if you will, or a great beginning, right?
Okay.
Now, Are we making Valentine's Day too complicated now? Is it becoming?
Yes.
Okay, please explain.
Because like you said, the expectations are set. They're too high.
Yeah,
I think so. And the whole thing about this whole Fizz and Nelly and all that nonsense, it's funny because, women have been blasting Nelly. I didn't really know about Fizz. I don't care for Fizz, but they were going ballistic on Nelly.
But why? Well, okay, I won't say why.
They were putting the shrimp emoji with the laughter behind it.
Wow. Listen,
but I'm like, okay, but if us men body shamed.
Fuck a body shame. If us men were to expose
no, but I'm saying if we body
women
shame
and these poor vaginas out here.
Okay.
I'm not saying, listen, I'm not, okay, let me be very clear. Okay. As much as there are men who might not be as equipped, gifted, whatever you want to call it, I am pretty sure that there are some women out there that have some horrible vaginas. But we don't talk about that, do we?
No, because
I'm just being fair. Do we talk about that?
No, because we will get called all types of names.
And why is it uncomfortable for men to talk about horrible vaginas now?
I don't know.
Like, society, community, people.
I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Like,
no, I'm just saying because, like, you saw how like it was so easy for women to talk about Nelly having a shrimp or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, okay.
But then if you were to reverse it and a man talks about,
it's talked about, but it's not talked about in a pub. Like, it's not out there. In
barbershop talk.
Yes.
Okay.
That's where it's going to be discussed.
Okay, I got it.
Because trust me, I've heard.
I'm not in the room for those conversations. I leave as soon as that happens. I'd be like, okay, we're not having that conversation.
But even I've had, like, girls have had conversations about that.
About bad vagina?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to be in the room for that. I wonder what women answer this question for me. What is bad vagina? Anyway, okay. All right. Go. Can we go to the next topic? Please, next topic, because I'm sorry.
So this past Sunday.
Maybe Tamara, maybe you can answer that for us. Like, bad vagina. Go ahead, go. Because I'm just saying, like, Tamara, maybe you can answer that. Maybe, honestly, like, what?
We can have a group conversation.
Maybe we can. Matter of fact, next time we do this, invite a woman of your choosing. Invite a woman of your choosing. And let's have this conversation about what is the distinction, what makes bad vagina and what's make bad penis.
Oh, okay.
Folks, listen to me. I want to be very clear.
Okay.
I have no fear about any conversation.
It's not.
I have no fear at all. Go ahead.
It's not that. I'm on the cusp of getting to that level of.
He's uncomfortable, people. He's like, I'm just. I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's getting to that point. It's getting to that level. It's very. People! Am I making a bad impression?
No, you're not. You're not because I'm a very astute, I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
Yes.
But when this mic is on,
you just go.
Okay.
You go. I'm just trying to think. Like, I was trying to think of, since I've done so in the meantime, have I had?
We can invite my wife.
I mean, you could.
We can invite Sierra.
We could. I think that when we were having this conversation.
Never mind. I'm not. Nope.
What?
Nope. Nope. I was going to say I was going to invite one of my students. Nope.
Why not?
Nope. Next.
Why not? Okay.
Next, because that I would gracefully bow out of that conversation. I'd be like, gone. Okay, but yeah.
Okay. As long as your student name didn't start with a J, then we're good. Right.
That was right on cue. That was right on cue. Check. Check. Shout out to my babies. I love you. I love my adopted nieces. I do. I love them to death.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nikita. But what's another topic that we wanted to talk about? Because it wasn't just my topics. It wasn't just me. It was a.
Well, I mean, this past Sunday Super Bowl happened. I don't know if you want to dive into the actual. This is sports take for anybody that wants to know. You can bypass this. Do you want to get into the actual Super Bowl itself, or do you want to get into what everybody's been talking about?
What is everybody talking about?
Halftime.
You take the reins on that one, because the halftime show, it involves a certain person, right? And that's all. It's all you.
Okay.
I mean,
so first things first, before we dive into the halftime show, congratulations to the LA Rams.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? We were
AD. AD. The real AD.
Yes, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, the real AD.
I would probably top 5 defensive player of all time. Probably top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Okay.
Can't put him over Lawrence Taylor.
Okay.
I can't put him over Reggie White.
Okay.
I can't put him over Mean Joe Green.
That's
right?
4.
I can't, right. So he's a 5.
So he's over Ray Lewis. He's over Ray Lewis. He's over Ray Lewis. In the words of Shannon Sharp, he's over Sugar. Any grown man called another grown man Sugar.
Listen, I've never seen Ray Rice get tripled.
Ray Lewis.
Oh, Ray Lewis, sorry. Never seen Ray Lewis be tripled and quadruple teamed.
I get that, but it's a different position too. It's a different position.
I understand. He's a linebacker and
he's a tackle.
And he's an interior tackle.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
But when you got 4 people,
I get that.
Bro, you got 4 people.
But you over Sugar? I'm sorry. You know Ray's my guy. Ray's my favorite football player. Listen, I'm a Ray Lewis fan too. I am. Aaron Donald, I don't know, man. That's a freakishly strong dude. I get that.
He's pushing.
He's 300 pounds with 10% body fat.
There's 4 of me around you. And you got 2 hands. You got 2 arms that's connected to 2 hands, and you're pushing 4 people off of you, and you still make it to the quarterback.
I still would. He's top 5. He's top 5. He's top 5. But my 5 is different. Don't ask me what my 5 is though.
You got Dion in there too.
Yeah.
I think Dion probably is of all time, probably. That's a different conversation. Conversation.
Yeah.
But it's funny that we mentioned the Super Bowl because we just had a heated conversation prior to the start of all this. We were very passionate talking about our beloved Buffalo Bills. Well, they're not your beloved. See, he's a Patriots fan, people.
No, I am not.
He's a Patriots fan.
No, I am not.
He's from Buffalo.
I am a Tom Brady fan.
And he is a bit.
I am a Tom Brady fan.
Are you not a Patriots fan?
No, I am a Tom Brady fan.
So Tom Brady goes to Tampa, and you were happy-go-lucky that Tampa won?
Yeah.
Why are you lying?
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
Okay, listen.
I'm not.
So we had a
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Let me ask you this.
Yep. Let's talk. Let's do it. Let's talk this shit. Let's go.
When Jordan retired, was you still a Bulls fan?
That's not fair.
What you mean it's not fair?
That's not fair.
What you mean it's not fair?
First time or the second time?
Both.
The first time I still was a Bulls fan.
Because you knew he was coming back.
I did not know he was coming back. Because I still had hope. Why? Because we still had Scotty. We still had Scotty. We still had a network there. And damn near almost made the finals again. Okay. So I was still a believer, but I knew for a fact
you were a believer. But you were a Bulls fan. You were a believer. There's a difference.
Yes.
Brady left. I was out.
All right, I slap you up on that. You got me. Okay, I got you. Yes, the way you feel about Tom Brady is the way I feel about Jordan. Yes, when Jordan went to the Wizards, I bought me a Wizards jersey.
See,
I understand that, but I was not cheering for the Wizards. I was cheering for Jordan.
I was cheering for Brady.
You was cheering for Tampa.
I was cheering for Brady. I was happy.
I was cheering for Jordan. I did not care about anybody. I still can't. Who was there? Whitney was their point guard, right?
I don't know.
And then you had Kwame Brown. Oh, I remember that. That was so bad. And then Rip Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Rip, all right. Okay.
Stackhouse.
Yes. So we was having a very passionate conversation. Back to football. We was having a very passionate conversation about our Buffalo Bills. Mm-hmm. Ours. We got to exclude him over there. He's a Giants fan.
You're just going to exclude me, even though I am an honorary member of the Bills Mafia.
Now you're an
my side. You have said it because I let him in Laker Nation. When Brian came in,
you want to be a Bills fan, you got to come through me. The only way that you can be a Bills fan, you gotta come to a Bills game.
Okay.
You gotta wear Bills paraphernalia. And when we score, you gotta sing the shout song. And I'm recording it all. Deal. People, this is infinite. This is recorded. He said that so next year, pick a game. Any game.
I guess his schedule.
Okay. I'm just saying, we'll go.
Okay. We
will go, and I want to see. You never went to the tailgates.
No.
Oh, my God. Okay. He's about to be exposed. You about to really see what you've been missing. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. All those years you've been hating on me because I love the Bills, and those were some very bad years. But now we have a Josh.
Yeah.
We have a Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
Who is...
And Diggs.
I cannot leave out Diggs. Dawson Knox, right? We have a team.
Yeah.
Right? Still questioning about the coach.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He can get you to the door. Can he lead you through it? It's been plenty of times he got you to the door. I'm not going to talk about those 13 seconds.
Yeah, but then they...
Knife in my heart. 13 seconds.
Okay.
Super Bowl. Super Bowl. So, were you cheering for the Rams?
No.
You wanted Cincy to win? Is it because of the Simpsons?
No.
You know the Simpsons. You know they.
It's because of Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
What's his? I call him Joe Burrow the Thorough.
Joe Burr.
Joe Burr.
Yep.
Joe Burr. Joe Burr. Joe Burr. I like him. but I don't think they're going to get to the Super Bowl again.
I like them, but like I said on the last pod, and I've been saying this forever, I've liked Joe Burrow since LSU.
Didn't he? Wasn't
he had the greatest college football
Where was he before that? LSU. He was
Ohio State.
He was Ohio State, and then he ended up transferring to LSU, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. There was a lot of LSU players playing in the Super Bowl this year. It's a lot.
Between that and LSU.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is from LSU.
Yep. OBJ.
7.
Jesus. And man. Buffalo.
OBJ got a chip.
He does.
Congratulations to them.
I am very happy that he has a chip. And you know what? It's not in vain because he contributed. He
was about to ball
He
out.
contributed. He had one touchdown too. One?
Before he won.
Yeah, one, and then he blew out his knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was. Did you see the meme of him though?
No.
OBJ looks like a Japan anime character. Like it looked like somebody drew him because like he doesn't have the white in his eyes. It's just pure black, right? Just darkness. And he was crying. You saw that he was crying, right? He looked like a straight anime character. But you know what? I'm happy for OBJ. I'm glad that he got his chip. I don't think the Rams are going to repeat. I don't think they're going to get back there.
I don't think so.
Well, you know what? It depends on what this NFC looks like.
I don't think so.
It depends.
I don't think so.
Who's the team that's going to take it from them? Especially if all of them come back. Who's going to take it from them? Green Bay?
No.
How
about them Cowboys? I'm playing.
I should be your mic for that.
I have nothing to say.
I don't know.
I have nothing to say.
I don't know.
He said the Cowboys. But you know what's crazy?
They're not.
I picked them to be in the Super Bowl this year. I truly did. I thought it was going to be Buffalo versus the Cowboys. I truly did. But then, just like Buffalo, last 10 seconds? 10 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, you're waiting for the officials to...
No, Dak wasn't waiting on the officials. Dak just didn't know how to be a quarterback.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, back to... Because we just went on a whole different tangent.
Sorry.
So you brought up, we brought up halftime.
Yeah.
What did you think of the halftime show? Because I've been hearing a lot of people saying that this was the greatest halftime show ever.
No, we know what the greatest was.
No.
We know what the greatest was.
We can go.
We know what the greatest was.
We can go.
Yes, we can.
We can go.
Yes, we can.
It's
Can't we?
Prince.
See, what...
The windows of heaven opened up.
There were multiple
In
Michael
purple
Jacksons in the
rain.
arena. How does Michael go from the Scantron or the Skytron to... Michael jumps out of the floor and stands there and the whole audience is screaming.
The windows of heaven opened up.
Charles.
As he was about to perform Purple Rain. Only
Can I ask you
God,
this?
Only God
Can I ask you
will
this?
allow that to happen.
Can I ask you this?
That was a sign
Can I ask you
that
this?
he is...
Can I ask you
What?
this? Was there any NFL players trying to sneak out to watch Purple Rain?
No, because they was
No, you know why?
No.
Because he was not Michael Jackson.
Because they're afraid to look at Prince.
Because you have... Yeah, you're right. I can't look at Prince. I can't look at him. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass
You got
burly man.
grown-ass men, football players, scared to look at Prince because they know what's going to happen if you look in Prince's eyes.
What's going to happen?
I can't say it. If you watch the Jamie Foxx comedy, you know what I'm talking about.
Nah. I still think Michael... You know what? Beyonce's a close second.
Third.
Beyonce took over a whole...
Third.
Rank them right now. Top 5. Go. Top 5 performances.
Prince.
Michael.
Then
Prince.
No. You told me to rank them, and now
Yes, we
go.
going tit for tat. Go. You said Prince, and then you
Yes.
said Michael. I
Yes.
said Michael, and then Prince. Who's your third?
Beyonce.
I got Beyonce. Who's
Okay.
your fourth?
Bruno. But I mean, Bruno.
What about Janet?
Bruno was Titty Janet.
Yes, Titty Janet. With Justin Timberlake, yes.
And Nelly. I think Nelly was in there. Wasn't he in there? No one remembers because everybody remembers just Janet's titty.
Yeah. And then I would say 5 is this one.
Okay.
I would say 5 is this one.
I will agree 5 is this one.
Yeah. I would say 5 is this one. And then let's talk about your boy for this Super Bowl halftime show.
Marshall?
Let's talk about Marshall.
Okay.
So when Marshall, so this is a true testimony of what I felt when Eminem kneeled. Okay. So Dr. Dre gets done. No, I think 50 Cent gets done, right? 50 gets done. By the way, 50, okay. But 50 Cent.
That's that power money.
Listen, man.
That's that power money.
He looks happy, don't he?
Yes.
He looks very
I'd be happy too.
50, I ain't got no shame on you, bro. You look happy, bro. Look, but 50's done. Dr. Dre goes to the piano, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Eminem gets done.
Eminem gets done because Eminem's stage broke up.
Eminem gets done.
Right.
Dr. Dre goes to the piano. I'm like, what's Dr. Dre doing? Because at that time, my wife told me, oh, they were supposed to do like a Tupac tribute. Like it's supposed to be like some hologram.
Hologram.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, oh, here it comes. So Dr. Dre sits down and he starts playing. I'm like, oh, the hologram's coming. And then as soon as he did that, the first key, Eminem drops down on a knee. I'm thinking that Eminem is paying tribute to Tupac. Not knowing, like, Colin Kaepernick and the whole thing and the kneeling and stuff, that was the furthest thing from my mind. Honestly, that was the furthest thing from my mind. It wasn't until after the Super Bowl, not the halftime show, but after the Super Bowl, when I started seeing trending news about Eminem kneeling, you know, and hasn't been confirmed that that's what he was kneeling for?
It hasn't been confirmed. Only thing I know is there was rumors that the NFL told him that he can't do it, and he said.
So Eminem wanted to kneel.
Yeah, and they told him, no, you can't do it. Eminem was like, pretty much, fuck you, I'm gonna do it, and he did it. But Dr. Dre on TMZ said that wasn't the case. They weren't told what they can or cannot do.
That's not true because there was lyrics and
except for that part where
there were lyrics in their songs clearly that they was like, you can't say that. No, you can't say fuck the police.
Well, that, but I'm saying as far as gestures go, like there was nothing that was warrant that they couldn't.
So
do.
Did you know? Did you notice like when Eminem kneeled? Was that the first thing that came to your mind?
No. And the only reason why I say that is because, like, I seen him do it, and I was kind of just like, I'm not really sure, but I wouldn't be surprised because I think back to his cipher on the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Okay.
The last cipher that he did, where he basically drew the line in the sand, and because he said that, I'm drawing a line in the sand. It's either you're with me and my stance, or you're with Trump and.
Okay.
Fuck my fans if y'all are fans of Trump, or if y'all support Trump, then you're not a fan of mine, so fuck you. So when I heard that cypher freestyle and I heard how he was so with and for Cap and supporting Cap and what he was doing, when he did that, it was kind of like, oh, okay, would make sense. But that wasn't like, I wasn't even really thinking in that sense of that until I started seeing it floating around, and I'm like, oh, now they're about to make it a.
Has anybody canceled Eminem?
No.
That's the biggest difference. That's the biggest difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's in the NFL or anybody that was associated with the NFL at that time who knelt no longer is associated or affiliated with the NFL. No longer, period. Eminem kneels. That's where the white privilege comes into play. Eminem kneels. Not only is that not the first thing that comes into your head as far as like the protests and the whole history with Kaepernick, but it's the afterthought. The afterthought is like, oh, okay, it's Eminem.
But he's always been very I don't want to say he's been politico, but he's been outspoken with his stance on a lot of things. Like when I think of his record Mosh, where he basically was against Bush and Bush's position on the war.
Right.
And had a whole video about it, you know.
Okay, that's fine.
So
that's fine. I just, overall, I thought the performance was great. Mary J. Yo, did you see the memes of Mary falling out? I'm sorry, Monet. Zeke is dead. It's over. Sorry. But yeah, like I love the Mary. I was waiting for Method Man to come out. I thought Meth was gonna come out. That would have been killer if Meth. You're all
but that's more of a New York record.
Yeah, that's true. We are in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people claim that they were upset that like more West Coast people weren't there. Like apparently Game was upset that he wasn't a part of the halftime show. Even though I literally was like, you can't have Game and 50 on the same stage.
You cannot do that. I mean, Snoop and, the Dog Pound. Dog Pound could, well, I don't know about Corrupt. I don't know.
I wish they would have did something for Nip.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for something with Nip. I thought they was going to do some sort of a tribute with Nip.
I wish they would have at least did like a little quick.
Last time that I checked,
Right, something like that for Nip.
That would have been dope. That would have been dope. I mean, and you know who orchestrated this whole thing? My man Hove. Hove put it all together. Why? Because Hove has a seat at the table. He's got a seat at the table. He dictates the entertainment. He's like, hey, listen, we in LA.
He dictates the entertainment, but what is he doing as far as the shaking of the room? What do you mean?
As far as what? Hove is an entertainer.
I understand.
Hove went there for the entertainment.
I understand that, but if
should Hove buy a team?
At least have some investment in it.
What's the comedian? He just put, there's a comedian, a black comedian that just put forth the bid to buy the Denver Broncos. And he's black.
I know who you're talking about.
He's some comedian. He's big.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
billionaire.
If I would want him, and I talked about it on the previous pod that I was doing. I wanted to see him at least try to get in the door of ownership.
My thing is that does he really want that?
I mean, he was part owner of the Nets.
Yes, and he sold that.
Because he got him to where he wanted them, right, in Brooklyn.
He got him in Brooklyn, and he sold his seat. As soon as they were good, he was like, all right, I'm out.
Right. But at least if he did something similar to that, but instead of getting it, no. And what I mean is instead of getting it into like a new arena or whatever, get it to a position where we have more minority owners or minority general managers.
How many minority owners do we have now? 2. There's Jacksonville.
Yep.
And there's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
With Kim Bagula.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there is no minority owners.
But I'm saying that's why I would.
Right, but my thing is this. If we're looking for hip hop moguls.
I won't even say hip hop moguls.
Well, but that's the first thing that comes in people's minds.
Yeah.
When they're thinking about ownership, they're looking for someone like a Hove, Dr. Dre. They're looking for someone like Diddy to come together, put their money up.
Well, that's what they did.
And go into this $1 billion boys club.
Diddy, Steph, they all, I guess, came together to try to get ownership of the Panthers.
You know, but you know how many people would have to come together for that? First of all, do you really think that Diddy is a billionaire? I don't think he's I don't think he's there yet. I don't think he's there yet. Is Diddy Diddy a billionaire?
No.
He is? He's a billionaire.
I know.
Including
Hov.
assets and all that.
I know it's Hove. Yay.
Rihanna's a billionaire.
Yeah, Rihanna's a billionaire. But I know it's Hove.
Beyonce?
Well, duh.
But I'm saying separately, individually. She's not.
No, Diddy's not.
So my thing is this: collectively, you would need if hip hop wanted to immerse themselves into the ownership arena of the NFL, you probably would need 10, a conglomeration of 10 people in that community to come together and to at least make a bid for the team.
Right. Well, the reason why I'm just saying that is because then you can have situations where there's no lawsuits being filed. And as we're recording this today, it was announced that Brian Flores is the assistant linebacker coach.
Yes, I'm glad that we want to segue right into that. So he's now the
Steelers, which is very funny because we addressed this on the last
and I'm glad you did, because I had my 2 cents to talk about that shit with Mike Tomlin, because Mike, you dropped the ball, Mike Tomlin, but
apparently he's picking it up now.
Well, is he?
I don't know. He's an assistant linebackers coach.
Mike Tomlin did him a favor and was like, "Okay, you're gonna be my assistant linebackers coach."
Not even a defensive coordinator.
Not a defensive coordinator, not an offensive coordinator, not an assistant coach. No, you are my assistant linebacker coach. Now, granted, he's getting a check in the NFL and he's still in the NFL. So, yeah, that's great. I guess you can call that grace. But at the end of the day, this man deserved a head coaching job. Mm-hmm. And at the time, during this whole carousel, and by the way,
what was your thoughts on that?
Okay. Brian Flores was the head coach for the Miami Dolphins. He ends up coming out with a federal civil suit. Yeah, comes out with a suit, right? Claiming that the NFL, that there's collusion.
Yep.
And not only that, but there has been bribery.
Mm-hmm. Which we discussed that.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
real quick, my 2 cents, I think Brian Flores is telling the truth, right? Mm-hmm. But it's hard to prove it. Why? Because you're dealing with a billionaire boys club that is designed to protect itself. The NFL is designed to protect itself. Right now, there's a countersuit.
Yep.
With the lady, I forgot her name, but there's a lady. I don't know if she's black.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Folks, look at the optics. You have a black man versus a black woman.
I forgot what she did though. She was part of some big.
Yeah, she was. And these the majority white owners was like, we need a black woman to counter this, and we're gonna pay her a lot of money to do it. Mm-hmm. Right. So you got a black woman defending the rights and privileges, the shield of the NFL. This is ballers.
You've been saying this for a while. You have been saying this for a long time.
Ballers. If you have not seen the show Ballers, it was an HBO special with The Rock, and you should check it out. You would know what I'm talking about. But there's this black woman in Ballers who pretty much is the spokesperson for these 32 teams. So she's like the Roger Goodell for these 32 owners, right? And she organizes and facilitates these meetings with these owners, and any new ideas, anything that is dealing with anything, she's the one that funnels the information.
Right.
So that kind of mirrors this situation here. You got Brian Flores, right, who applied for all these jobs. Oh yeah, by the way, can we talk about Brian Bieniemy and how he has not got hired for a job?
He's had 20 interviews.
But yet Nathaniel Hackett from the Green Bay Packers, a white offensive coordinator who doesn't call the plays.
Doesn't.
gets the head coaching job in Denver.
Your offensive coordinator got the head coaching job.
My offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll, gets a job with the New York Giants. But then the Giants say, oh, yeah, we still have to interview Brian Flores. And that's where that bullshit Rooney Rule comes into play. Mm-hmm. You know what's bad about the Rooney Rule? And I know that we're jumping everywhere, but you know what's bad about the Rooney Rule? For those of you who don't know, the Rooney Rule is pretty much a protocol that's instituted by the NFL where they have to promote diversity and equity by at least interviewing minority candidates for head coaching or upper division level positions in the NFL. Mm-hmm. That was instituted in 2003 by the person, I guess the owner from the Pittsburgh Steelers. It has something to do with that.
Because it's
the Rooney family.
Actually, Johnny Cochran, he sued the NFL, and it was because of his situation that for one of his clients was not being hired by Dan Rooney of the Steelers.
Okay, so then that's where the Rooney Rule comes into play. Got it. So now you have the enemy. The offensive coordinator, we're not even talking about Brian Flores right now, the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, who has allegedly the best quarterback in the league, and Patrick Mahomes, who signed a 10-year contract.
The face of the league now.
The face of the league, who, by the way, is going through some bullshit with his wife, fiance. But anyway, like 10 years, $550 million, $500 million boy, right? $500 million player. And he was crafting all these offensive plays.
He was actually calling the plays.
He was calling the plays. He's been to 4 AFC championships. 4. He's been to 4 AFC championships, made the Super Bowl once, won it with the highest paid quarterback in the league, right? And he doesn't even be considered for a job.
He's been interviewed 20 times.
20 times, but again, this is where that manipulation of the Rooney Rule. All it says is that you have to interview a candidate. It doesn't say when.
It doesn't say you have to hire him.
And then you say you got to hire him. It just says you have to interview him.
But now, if you hire them, you get compensated for it.
So now you get incentivized because you hired a black head coach.
No, you don't even have to be a head coach.
Or just a black person, period. Coaching, administrative, you get incentivized for that. That's some bullshit. That is racism on a platter from the NFL. Brian Flores talks to his old coach. Well, his old coach hits him up by mistake. Sends a text message to the wrong Brian saying, hey, congratulations, I heard they want you. Heard they're going with you. Are you sure you're talking to the right Brian? I didn't even have my interview yet. Oh, damn, I fucked this up. My bad. That's what he did, literally. He said, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
He actually said, I fucked up.
I fucked this up. My bad. My bad. And you know what's crazy about that with Bill Belichick? How is it that Bill Belichick can have a call sheet of plays and knows every player's position, number, strategy, play, offensive, defensive play, knows what you played last week, knows what you shitted the other day?
Spygate.
But yet, and this is your team, but yet,
not my team.
He doesn't know the right Brian to send a text message.
That's why you must, when you're putting contact in your phone, have the last name. So then when it shows up on your iPhone, it has the initials there. But unless you whatever.
So Brian doesn't get a job. You have the evidence. Society, people, the evidence is there that there's some bullshit happening in the NFL.
I mean, there was bullshit happening in the NFL with Cap, but
yes, we know that too. But this is a different circumstance. Cap talking about police brutality and all this other stuff.
No, I'm just saying
that was the main idea, and then everything else started coming out. Right. So that was collateral damage with Kaepernick. Brian Flores immediately was like, "I'm calling bullshit on all of this. I'm calling, and I have evidence for it, and I have old coaches that will come back and not only support me, but they will tell you incidences that have happened to them. And they have the damn evidences too of owners bribing them. Hey, you've been coaching and you've been doing a great job. You know what? Why don't you just take a break, and for every loss that you get, we'll pay you for these losses." Could you imagine if that claim by Brian Flores is true, how the NFL would change forever?
Yeah.
You're talking about the integrity of a fucking game that these people pay millions of dollars for per player. They pay mad money to these people, and now you're finding out that they're shaving points, or that they're shifting games, or that they're manipulating games. Yo, what's even crazy is that, who you said Miami's owner is also a partner or a owner of a betting site?
Sports book in Miami, yep.
If that man don't go down,
he not.
If he don't go down,
he not.
Listen, but you know what's all fucked up about all of this is that we still gonna watch the NFL.
I just came back, and you already know I'm
still gonna watch the NFL. Because I love football.
I just came back.
I love football.
You know I was watching football.
I love football, but you know what's crazy is that now football is getting into the business of telling stories. Mm-hmm. It's like the WWE, where everything is a narrative. There's an off-season narrative now.
Yep.
About Brian Flores and black coaches and social inequality and equity within the NFL again. And we're still trying to figure out, where's Deshaun Watson going to play?
Well, there's a lot that goes into that. He has a case that's pending.
Deshaun Watson. Hold on. Can I ask you about can I ask you about this? Mm-hmm. The owner, who's the owner from the Patriots?
Robert Kraft.
This man got jerked off at a damn salon. He got a hand job in Miami.
He had a happy ending.
He had a great and happy. He had a happy ending, right? Mm-hmm. And can I ask you, is that supposed to be a part of the, I guess, the massage or whatever? Is that like, are you getting paid to do that? I mean, obviously you are, but did he lose ownership of his team?
No, because it's not in.
So what's the difference between him doing it and Deshaun Watson doing it? You asked me. Deshaun was sabotaged.
Well, the
Houston Texans. He told Houston, "I don't want to play for you no more."
I feel though as if, and I haven't been able to talk about the Deshaun Watson on a pod. Because at the time I wasn't podding at all like that. But I feel though as if there is some form of corruption from the Texans by doing that. This can also go into the current situation right now with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's coincidental.
Because I know you said how it's coincidence.
It is coincidental.
All of a sudden, he's at the break of getting
when they was winning 10 straight games, wasn't nobody shitting on this man at all.
But our cousin Russ, shout out, he follows that division because he's a Niners fan, and he knows, he's like, they're going to clip. This is what they do all the time. They're going to hit it. They're going to hit that peak.
Yeah, we know that.
And once they hit that peak, they're going to drop down.
Yeah, we know that.
So he was already knowing that, like, Kyler is not that.
Are you going to get better in Arizona?
Is
who if Kyler were to I know we're going all over the place, but we have a point. If Kyler cuts ties with Arizona, who you gonna put there to replace him? With that type of style and offense, who you gonna put there to replace him? Because think about it, Kyler, the reason why he was so dynamic is because he was off script. A lot of things were off script. He improvised a lot of plays. So if you were to cut him, Jimmy Garoppolo, Porn Star G, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere. If he do, he gonna go to San Francisco.
Russell Wilson.
Russell, I could see.
I think Russell Wilson, his days of being an off-script quarterback are done. I think he's in his last days. You ask me. I think he's done. But I don't think because if you're talking about you can't clip Kyler and not get better. What's better? The AFC is loaded with quarterbacks. Loaded. By the way, Lamar, you better get paid. But loaded with quarterbacks. NFC is not. So I think you would need someone to jump conferences from the AFC to go over to the NFC.
I was going to say Baker.
Cut the show. Cut the show. You know what's bad about Baker is the fact that Baker has made so much bread just off of commercials.
Progressive.
He's made so much bread. And I'm pretty sure that when OBJ, he saw him crying.
Oh, he was
because
pissed.
he got that Super Bowl. Oh, I bet you Baker was like, fuck that nigga. I bet you he probably said that. I bet you a racist bone came out his body that day when he saw it all done, was like, fuck that nigga. Fuck him. I bet you. I bet you. I bet you. But Baker, no.
I was just saying, I'm not, because Justin Herbert ain't going nowhere. Joe Burrow ain't going nowhere.
Nah.
Josh ain't going nowhere.
Damn sure ain't going nowhere. Josh Allen's not going anywhere.
And we damn sure know Pat ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he's done. In 10 years?
So the only other quarterbacks you have in the AFC that can possibly go somewhere is Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield, Carr, because I don't know if it's
Derek Carr. They have to. He's going to stay a Raider. Josh McDaniel probably wants him.
Actually, let me take that back.
Lamar.
Trevor Lawrence, Lamar
Lamar or Arizona?
Lamar ain't going nowhere.
Lamar, I mean, it's hot. It's warm climate, and you in the stadium.
Lamar ain't going nowhere.
Bro, Lamar and Hopkins? What?
I get that.
Yeah, and that defense, Chandler.
But I don't see Lamar leaving Baltimore.
I don't either, but I'm just saying that the grass is greener over there, bro. And guess what? Super Bowl's gonna be in Arizona.
Cam,
It's gonna be in Arizona, right?
Cam. Listen,
Cam needs to worry about what he's doing with that chick Brittany. With that
he
Brittany.
ain't doing nothing with Brittany.
I bet you they are. I bet you they are. I bet you.
He probably is.
Yes, smashing.
Oh yeah,
all day. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Probably right now.
I wouldn't want to. No, whatever.
No, anyway, but yeah. So, Brian Flores. So he gets hired as an assistant linebacker coach. What do you think that says to the public?
We just.
Do you think that
Shut
there was?
up.
Do you think there was conditions upon his hiring?
No, it was just like, all right, here.
So
I'm pretty sure somebody called. I'm pretty sure.
So you think that he dropped the case?
No. I'm pretty sure this is what happened. I'm pretty sure that word got back to Tomlin because Ryan Clark like I said in last episode, Ryan Clark's the one that brought it to the forefront. Like, I'm a little disappointed.
I am too.
In Tomlin, because he's not doing anything.
He's not saying anything.
And I think because his relationship with Ryan Clark, them two are still close, I'm pretty sure that he probably had a conversation with him.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure other people, once that got out, other people started probably going to him like, what's going on? Sure. Like, why haven't you said anything about or done anything about this situation? Not just this situation, but like your coaching tree. You don't really have a coaching tree, like I was saying last time. You need to do something. Now, it's kind of like it is a slap in the face.
And also at the time, he was the only black head coach in the league.
Right. And I feel like it is a slap in the face to, for him to give him this position. Like, it's like, dude, he's not.
Do you think Mike Tomlin has a plan? Do you think that because think about it, you think Mike Tomlin's going to stay around for another 4 or 5 years to rebuild Pittsburgh?
No.
So do you think it's a plan for Flores to stand in
be the heir apparent,
take that over?
I can see that. Now that you're saying that, I could definitely see that.
Like, because that would be the ultimate, like, yeah, I got you.
That would be the ultimate, you know what? Y'all say I ain't got a tree. Here we go.
Brian, here we go. Right? Okay. That could be it, right?
Could see that.
But I mean, prior to though, I have to say I have to agree with both you and Ryan Clark. I was totally upset with Mike Tomlin because Mike Tomlin has been gifted this position. I think he was the longest tenured coach in the league in Pittsburgh, right?
I don't know.
No, he's been in Pittsburgh for how long?
Yeah, but I think
almost 15 years. But the first coach,
Chin. The Chin.
Cowan?
No, he's the first coach. Guy who owns Chuck Knox, isn't it Knox? Or is it Noel?
Chuck Noel?
Yeah, he was with 25 years.
But I'm saying like presently, he's the longest.
Third behind Carroll and Belichick.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And Reed.
But for one team though.
One team, it's still
Belichick.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Josh McDaniel left. Because he wanted that job.
Because that's probably why he was supposed to be Indy's coach and then went back. And I think the reason why he went back is because I think Kraft probably told him, you're next up as soon as we get him out.
Right.
But
that didn't happen.
But then Tom left.
That didn't happen.
And Kraft's like, Tom left. I can't have you leave too.
In fact, you know what's crazy is that I had this theory with Brian Flores where I thought that when the Giants parted ways with your GM and owner,
he's pointing at the voice.
Joe Judge
and who's the GM?
Bum ass Panther GM. Dave Gettleman.
Gettleman. I thought that the Giants were going to reach out to Belichick.
That's what a lot of Belichick. That's what a lot of people was thinking.
We know you've been wanting to come to New York. Come on, and you can bring the coach you want.
Right.
I thought that he was going to bring Brian. I thought that he was going to accept that job and bring Brian Flores with him as his head coach. That's what I was hoping for. But obviously, we see what happened.
Yeah, didn't happen
at all. Right. So I don't know, but in order for this to really stick on the wall, Brian Flores is going to need some white coaches to come out
and players.
The players don't do shit. The players ain't going to do nothing. You are going to need a Patrick Mahomes.
That's what I'm saying.
You are going to need a Josh Allen. You are going to need a Lamar Jackson. You're going to need an Aaron Donald coming out there and saying, "Yo, I'm not playing." I'll forfeit my contract. Here, take your money, keep your money. Because again, we talked about morals over money, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need those players to like forfeit, which they won't.
Right.
But you're gonna need players to forfeit livelihoods in order for them to like change something. But at the end of the day, the NFL is a revolving door. There's always the next talent.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the next man up. There's another Pat Mahomes out there. There's another Josh Allen. You don't want to think it, but there's another one. But what's crazy is that you can't find another coach.
Right.
Coaches are different. So like if Brian Flores wants this to stick and he really wants, this thing to grow legs, he's going to need some white coaches to come out and say, yeah, I know there's some collusion. There's this going on. You know what? John Gruden probably would help that situation.
Well, Gruden's filing a lawsuit against the NFL.
Yeah, but I would.
So
I know it's different principles, and I know John Gruden ain't worth a damn, or he's proven not to be worth a damn either. But John Gruden might want to benefit off of that and be like, you know what, Brian, I know some shit too. I know some shit too, Brian.
No. Yeah, no.
Maybe we can both benefit off of this.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying, but I'm like, yeah and no, because like what Gruden got exposed for.
Yeah. That whole Washington football team or Washington commies. Washington commies.
Yeah.
Right. The commies. Washington commies. And that whole Schneider stuff and all that, who's a piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's still shit coming out about that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that whole organization is fucked up.
Definitely.
But anyway,
Trash.
I'm just saying, like, I think if he really wants to rattle some things, he's gonna need some of these white coaches to come out.
He is, but I don't think they're doing
like. How do you have Josh McCown, who just was an active player last year, the year before,
2 years,
never coached anything in the NFL ever, and he was a finalist for the Houston Texans job over Brian Flores?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done because I could talk about this for a while.
I know you can. So, other than football, let's talk about this blockbuster trade that happened in basketball, and then we can.
Oh God. Oh God. Why you want to get my blood pressure up? Okay.
How's it gonna get your blood pressure up? Because
man,
basketball is my sport.
that is your sport. Basketball. I was just telling them that football is done, so I have to like mentally transition from football to basketball. I didn't even know that the All-Star game was this weekend in Cleveland, and we could have went. I didn't even know. It could have been me, you, the crew, Nakai, in Cleveland right now watching the All-Star game, watching the dunk and then the 3-point and the skills channel. All that. We could have been there doing all of this shit. All of this. I didn't know. You know why I didn't know? Because I'm so pro football and now I got to transition into basketball. Right? But you already know, I don't really pay attention to basketball until after the All-Star break.
That's when everybody kind of locks in.
Yeah, I don't really, so, but the blockbuster trade, who benefited?
Brooklyn.
Why? I agree, but tell me why. Tell me your reason.
Because you have two combustible elements on the same team with James Harden and Embiid, and they're going to probably implode.
You're talking 76ers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brooklyn, I mean,
I think they're built for longevity.
Ben Simmons is going to be able to just control the post.
Can I tell you, I'm not really a fan of Ben Simmons. I'm not really a fan.
I am.
I'm not. Like, I saw Ben Simmons, was it last year?
When he had the meltdown?
Bro, the man was wide open. The man was wide on the home court. You're wide open and you defer a dunk or a layup and you pass it up.
Can I say something?
Because you're afraid to shoot the ball.
Philly fans are built different.
Philly fans are just like New York fans. Philly fans are just like Knicks fans. Knicks fans, literally, you're right there. I'm right here. You're Julius Randle. I'm a fan, and I'm telling you, Julius Randle, go suck a dick.
Listen.
You are shitty. You're whack.
Listen, this is what I mean.
You're whack.
This is what I mean.
You're trash. 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 You're trash. You're trash. Philly, what does Philly do?
Philly fans beat up Santa Claus.
Wow. Well, I mean, that is the home city of Rocky Balboa. So, Sly.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Philly fans are different. Philly fans, if they don't see that you have that heart, they're going to rip it out. They're going to rip whatever you have out and to stomp on it.
I mean, as far as the NBA, Philly hasn't really had anything to cheer for since
AI.
Yeah.
I understand that.
They haven't really had nothing to cheer for.
They had a process to trust.
True.
That ain't go well for you.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
No.
So Brooklyn favors in this.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You know what else I hate about people? So I have a student who is on the other side. He feels like, yo, Philly about to win chips.
No, they're not.
I said, okay, so
you got a head coach that hasn't who went up 3-1
multiple times.
Bombs.
Forget that. We talk about Joel Embiid, right?
Who has bubble guts?
Joel Embiid, arguably right now,
Don't you say it.
is the best player in the league. Arguably right now. I'm not right now. Who do you have over him? Who?
The reigning finals MVP. Giannis.
You think right now Giannis can check Joel Embiid? Mm-hmm. For 4 straight quarters? Mm-hmm. Okay. Joel Embiid is a true center. That's a true big.
Okay.
Like wide frame.
I understand that.
The only person
7-game series.
Well, you know what?
7-game series.
I was about to give your boy a lot of credit, but then I'll take that back because I was about to say something about AD, but I'll take that
7-game series.
But
7-game series.
7-game series.
Yes.
Giannis.
Yes.
Is going to prevail.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the playoffs in June. I'm talking about today.
Yes.
You're bugging. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with him? You agree with this shit?
Joel Embiid in 7-game series. The playoff side right now, 7-game series.
If it's Joel Embiid and Giannis on a court by themselves right now, 21, who wins?
Giannis.
Okay. All right. I see where this is going. Okay. So you got Giannis winning the chip again?
No, not this year.
Okay. Who stands in the way?
On the East? No one.
No one stands in the way?
No. None in the East.
Not even Brooklyn?
No.
Okay, can we go back to this conversation about Brooklyn? So listen. You have Kyrie, who, by the way, I think that they're going to reverse that rule.
I don't know.
I think they might reverse that, right? But that's going to come in crucial because when the playoffs come, that's fucked up because Kyrie can't play the home games. He can't play the home games. He's going to play away. But okay, So I would say because of Kyrie's circumstance, that's the only reason why the Nets wouldn't be favored to win it all. But you still do got the 76ers. And my only contention with Joel Embiid is the fact that when the playoffs come, he falls short. He's not healthy.
That's why I said that.
No, but what I said is today, in a game of 21, who wins? And you said Giannis.
Yeah.
And I think you're crazy.
Okay.
I think something's wrong with you.
Okay.
You need to be checked. You know what? This is Stephen A. Smith versus Shannon Sharp right now. This is what that is. This is Stephen A. versus Skip. Skip.
I'm not Skip.
Skip. This is what this is, right? This is Mike and Mike. This is anyway. So, but the Nets benefited the most, right? But you still got this Kyrie Irving situation.
Yeah.
That's not going to go away.
It's
not going to go away unless Kyrie gets traded. And I think that's who they should have traded for. I think Kyrie should have been on the chopping block because he's doing too much. He's doing too much. Like I get why Harden wanted to leave. Officially, I mean, if we wanted to be real, Harden didn't want to go to Brooklyn in the first place.
No, he wanted to be with his. He wanted to.
Yep. You was about to say it. You was about to say it. But Harden wanted to go. He wanted to go home. Yeah. Home is where the GM is, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to go there where he can get away with murder.
Yes.
And that team becomes Harden's team. It's no longer Joel Embiid's team. It's Harden's team.
Yep. Don't be surprised if Embiid gets traded. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
If Philly trades Joel Embiid,
Daryl Morey would do whatever James Harden wants him to do.
If Philly
they traded Chris Paul, the point guard.
If Philly, that's Houston. This is Philly.
I understand that.
Like you said, Philly got the bet. You said Philly has those fans, right?
Fan base alone, yes. But we're talking about executive decisions. Daryl Morey will do whatever James Harden wants.
Bro, if Philly trades Joel Embiid,
go of CP3.
They let go of Westbrook too.
Yeah,
they let go. Yes, I know
and Dwight.
Yes, but that's Houston.
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck about Houston? We're talking about Philly.
I'm glad you said who gives a fuck about Houston because this is not what we were about to get into, and we're gonna wrap this up soon, like real quick. Because this is going to be a part 2. It has to be part 2. Because when you turned around earlier this week, I think it was, and we were talking about Westbrook, and I sat there and said, the reason why Westbrook, the reason why the spotlight, the reason why everybody's getting on Westbrook now is because of what? Because he's in a bigger spotlight. And you was like, what about Houston? Who gives a fuck about Houston?
Listen, no. That's very unfair.
How's that unfair?
Houston was in the Western Conference. They was in the finals. They was up 3-1.
They was in the finals?
The West and the West?
The Western Conference Finals?
Yes, against Golden State. Against Golden State. That was the finals.
That wasn't the finals.
Yes, it was.
That was the semifinals.
That was not the. Somebody Google it. Listen. They were up 3-1 and lost. 3-1 and lost. There's no explanation for that at all. Last year, Harden with the Brooklyn Nets, right? Mm-hmm. Harden's playing in pain. Mm-hmm. Okay. Supposedly playing in pain. Mm-hmm. Harden can't hit a shot for nothing. Mm-hmm. And now look at this year. They changed the rules along the 3-point perimeter where you can't get the foul and all that stuff, right? That shit all is about to change in Philly. All of that's about to change in Philly. All of it. Because you know why? Because they have a true pick and roll situation.
Yeah, they do.
Harden benefits off of that.
At the end of the day, I'm just glad that they did that so we can get Dame. On that note,
hold on, wait a minute.
I am him.
Who's getting Dame?
We are.
Who's we?
The Lakers.
Shut the fuck up. Stop. Stop
We
it right
are
now.
getting-
Rob Pelinka is not getting Dame dollars. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Yes, we are.
If it were supposed to happen, it would have been happened already. It would have happened already.
No, because they're trying.
It would have happened.
LeBron is trying to do
Russell
something.
Westbrook would have been gone.
LeBron is
Carmelo probably would have been gone.
No, LeBron is trying to do something that no other player has
AD
done.
would have been gone.
Listen, I'm not talking
You
about
better not
Anthony.
go to. Don't go there.
I'm not
Don't-
about to talk
he
about
better not
Anthony
go there.
Davis.
He better not
I'm
go
not
there.
about to talk
You
about
better
Anthony
not Go
Davis.
there with what you about to say. I'm gonna let you go. Say it. Say it. Say it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it. Say it. Say it. I'm waiting for you to say it. I'm waiting for you to say it.
This has been the latest episode of Soul to Me.
No, don't you get. You know what? We're gonna talk about this shit afterwards.
This has been the latest episode of Soul in the Meantime.
Because he don't have to. Because he knows.
I want to thank my brother
He knows.
for being on this episode.
Thank you so much, but you know,
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I love you, bro.
I love you
have
too.
a great thing going on here. You have an amazing thing going on here. We're gonna talk about this.
You want to plug your stuff?
For the love of coming back soon. You can hit me on the gram too. Your favorite campus uncle. I'm always around. I do a little bit of everything, but I also do a whole bunch of nothing. So yes.
He is I am. It's your main man. She's signing off.
Peace. Let's talk about this shit real quick. Hold on.